Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to work on another lesson request today. This lesson was requested for a review or reteach on the names of solid figures of our geometric solids. And so I brought home just the small ones. So we have just our tiny little ones to work with, but we're going to look at the names of these things. Okay, I'm going to move this computer out of the way so you can see with the other screen. Okay. So here we have our geometric solids. I'm just going to set them out here. I didn't bring home the stands for these, so there's a flat bottom on that one. Okay. We'll set them out. That one has a flat bottom that it doesn't sit on. Okay, so here are some of our geometric solids. I didn't have a chance to bring all of them home, but this is what I have of the small versions of them. So we're going to start this lesson. We're going to talk about nomenclature or vocabulary that's associated with these. And so we're going to start with this one. This is a solid figure that has 6 faces. All of the faces are exactly the same on the top and the side and the bottom. Do either of you know what this one is called?
A cube.
Jinx. This is called a cube. And I'll write that for you. Cube. Cube comes to us from the Greek kubos, and it means die, like dice. Like if you're shaking out your dice and you're playing a dice game. Cube is kubos for die. Cube, kubos. Let's put that one right up here out of our way. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about, we could look at a couple different ones. We can look at that one, or we could look at this one. So these ones, this one here has a square on both ends, just like our cube had a square face, but 2 of the ends are squares, and then these sides, these faces, are rectangles. This one here, the base or the bottom is a triangle, and the sides are rectangles. So this one has 2 faces that are squares and 4 that are rectangles, and this one has, bless you, 2 faces or the base that's a triangle and 3 faces that are rectangles. These ones are called prisms, and the prism comes from the Greek prisin, meaning to saw. So these are prisms. Prism. They can be further classified by their names. This one here, because it sits on a square base, is a square-based prism. And this one here sits on a base that's a triangle. This is a triangular-based prism. They're both called prisms. Okay, our next one looks similar to a prism, but it's slightly different. This one has a square base. But then instead of having a square face opposite that, it has triangular sides or triangular faces that all meet in a point. Do either of you know what this one's called?
Pyramid.
This one's this one's called a pyramid.
Like the noun.
Yes, the noun is a pyramid. So this is a pyramid. Pyramid comes from the word pyramis, and it could be that the Greeks, that when they came up with the name Pyramus for this, took it from the Egyptians, because we know that the Egyptian pyramids were a thing that the Greeks studied and they knew about. So we think that maybe the word pyramid comes from the Egyptians. Pyramid. The next one we're going to talk about is, bless you.
We don't have the coronavirus.
Okay, we're back. And so here we have another shape. This is a 3D solid. This has what kind of a base?
A circle.
Circles for the base. And then the face of it, or the outside edge, doesn't have any flat surfaces like our prisms did. This one, a 3D solid that has a base of a circle, is called a
Cylinder.
Cylinder. Cylinder comes to us from the Greek koulindros, meaning a roller, And if you've ever used like a rolling pin or you've rolled Play-Doh, you can see why the cylinder got its name from the roller. The cylinder or the roller. Okay, the next one we have also has a circular base. Abby, do you know the name of this one?
Cone?
A cone.
Yay.
How did you know, or why did you guess cone?
Because it looks like an ice cream cone when you flip it over.
Looks like an ice cream cone. Okay. So this one is cone, and cone comes from the Greek konos, meaning cone. It also has the root of like pine cone. And if you look at it, if you think about it, it looks kind of like the same shape as a pine cone on a tree. You have to use your imagination a little bit. So the cone. Okay, now we have this guy. This one is a circle in all directions. So we call a solid figure that is circular in all directions, we call that a
Sphere.
sphere.
Jinx again. No, it's rolling away.
There's a sphere. Sphere comes from the Greek sphaira, meaning a globe. Now, maybe you're familiar with what globes look like. A globe is a sphere, and that's what sphere means, sphaira, globe. You might have to hold that one still. Okay, our next one is this one right here. So this one is also circular in profile this direction, but it's elongated this direction. Do either of you know what this one's called?
Ovoid? Ellipsoid?
Ellipsoid. Did you know because it wasn't ovoid?
Yeah.
It will not stand up. That is an ellipsoid. Ellipsoid comes from the Greek ellippian, meaning to leave out. So an ellipsoid is not quite a circle or a sphere because things have been left out. And so ellipsoid, something that's been left out, not complete or incomplete. Ellipsoid. Okay, now the guess was, we knew what this one was already. You can say it together.
Ovoid.
Ovoid.
It's an egg.
Ovoid does look like an egg. That's what it means. It's Latin for ovum, which is egg. Here's our ovoid. Ovoid is Latin for ovum, like an egg. Okay, so we're going to just practice with the words. I know that's challenging for you at home to do that, but I want you to think about the solid figures in your environment and see if maybe you see some. I see some just right over here behind me. You can see on both cameras. This right here, I see some cylinders. They're the timelines all rolled up. And then if you look up behind me right up there, you can see some, I'm blocking with my head. There are some rectangular prisms up there that we could look at. So there's all sorts of parts in your environment that you can look at. So we're going to just do a really quick practice. I'm going to pull off these labels, and we're going to play, like in class, we do something like heads up. This is going to roll away. We'll set it out there. We play something like heads up, where I'm going to pick up a word and I'm going to put it on my head, and they're going to see if they know which one it is. Oh, sorry. I forget that they're not in class with us, so they don't know how we play this. So I'm going to hold it up, and you are going to describe it without telling me what it is, and then I'm going to guess what it is from what you're describing.
Okay. Oops. It's round and even.
Okay. We're going to try this one.
It's upside down.
It's upside down. Jaren, if you're watching, I know you know what it's like when they're upside down. They're always upside down.
It has
round
two circle
but
faces.
tall.
It's round but tall. It has two circular faces. I'm guessing two circular faces and round but tall is a cylinder.
Yay.
A cylinder has a base or bases that are circles, and then a face, one large face that goes all the way around. And that was cylinder. Okay, let's try another one.
It's upside down again.
Always, always upside down. Okay.
It's like an ovoid, but
Not quite. It's a smushed sphere.
Ooh, they're saying a smushed sphere or not an ovoid. What I think they're trying to say is it's an ellipsoid, which means left out or missing part. Ellipsoid.
it's been left out.
There's been parts that have been left out. Okay, here's another one. I'm hoping it's upside down.
It's backwards.
It's back, like this way?
Yeah, it's upside down too.
Okay, here's the word. Okay.
Egg.
Oh, she used the Latin ovum for ovoid egg.
Egg.
Ovum. Did you see it? Ovoid. So I want you to try to use the definition that I used in the lesson.
Alright. It is.
Hold on,
has-
I haven't shown the camera.
Right.
Okay.
6 equal
Well,
faces
yeah.
in the shape of squares.
Oh, she's telling me the cubos, the cube. 6 equal faces, all exactly the same.
It has a circular base and
But
Goes
it meets
up.
in a point at the top.
Oh, we're looking at the cone named after the pine cone.
ice cream cone.
Ice cream cone. If we hold it this way, it looks like an ice cream cone. I can't wait to have some ice cream. All right, we got 3 more here.
4 more.
3
It's
more.
backwards again.
Yeah,
Take the weights. And it's upside
it's
down.
okay.
So challenging. Okay, here we go.
It is circular, however
But
you look
even
at it.
all the way around.
It must be the sphere. Okay. Sphere.
Oh yeah, there's one. It's upside down.
It
the
has a
Greek
square
solid.
base, but it doesn't have.
It meets at a point, and all its sides are.
Square based and the other faces meet at a point.
Yeah.
I like that description. Pyramid from the Greek pyramis.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Greek solid.
This is a square based pyramid. You can have triangular based pyramids, but I only have a square based pyramid at home. So pyramid. Okay, and I know the last one without looking.
It's upside down.
Always upside down.
They have flat bases and a
That
flat.
can be really any shape
Flat
Except a
bases
circle.
and can be any shape. Hmm.
except a circle.
Except a circle. Well, I know that these are prisms.
Because they have rectangular sides.
Ooh.
I
Hmm.
think.
Does a prism have to have a rectangular side?
No,
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know
think
if
it
that's-
does because if it has a triangle side, then it would have to meet in a point.
Oh, okay. So these prisms, this one is a square-based prism. If I laid it this way, it'd be a rectangular-based prism. And this one here is a triangular-based prism. So both of these, I can't hold that all 3 up. There we go. Prisms. And these ones, prisine means to saw. So you can imagine them being sawed like a log. Okay, there we go. There is our review of our 3D solids, our geometric solids. We'll lay them back out and we'll talk about them. Square-based prism. Triangular-based prism. Pyramid. Cone. Cylinder or roller. Ellipsoid. Ovoid. Sphere. And cube. There are all of our 3D solids. I will make a list and share with you all of the vocabulary that was with these so that you know how to spell all of these different words. And your follow-up can look like whatever you would like it to. You can design design something or draw them for me. You can make a list of all of the cubes you see in your home environment, or you can find all of the pyramids or prisms that you find in your environment. You can make a list of that. You can draw me pictures, label things. You could put on a skit and record yourself. However you would like to show me your follow-up for your introduction to solid geometry or introduction to the names of solid figures. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed your lesson, for those of you that requested this as a reteach. I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.